Yo, what is up, YouTube? It is day 57 of documenting the journey every single day with my AI agency until I make it. Um, yeah, so on YouTube it's going to be day 57, but I did not post for 3 days, right? So it's day 59 or day 60. So there's been a couple things that I want to tell you guys know because, again, when I'm documenting this journey, guys, I'm not only showing you guys the wins, no, I'm showing you guys is the loss, what I did bad, what I struggled with, and things that I really and things that I messed up in my agency that took away productivity and just I lost time. Okay, so the past 3 days I've been kind of procrastinating, if I'm being honest, because I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I was procrastinating with doing the work. I would do a little bit of outreach, so then that way I could feel kind of proud of myself. But in reality, I was doing shit. I was not doing anything. So that is kind of what has been the past 2 days or 3 days. And then today has been a good day. I came back stronger. So what I did is I woke up around 6 a.m., did some work a little bit. And then after that, I did 50 cold calls. And then I created content. I'm gonna be posting that tomorrow, and then after that, I went to work. And yes, for you guys who don't know, I started working because, as an agency owner, one of the best things you can have is a little cash flow. So just kind of working just kind of puts me in this environment where it's like, do I want to work a 9 to 5 for my life? And I'm gonna be honest, working as a stalker, bro, it's not the best feeling. If I'm being honest, it's like, it kind of puts me in a more bad like a bad feeling, and it's like, damn, like, if I don't really lock in, if I don't really lock in, then I'm really gonna be working this for my life. And it's like, damn, I feel so trapped. Even just like, you feel me, just being heard and being like, yo, you can't leave, you can't clock out yet. Like, that shit kind of hurts a little bit, if I'm being honest. So it's like, damn. I mean, hey, it is what it is, but it just shows. Do you want to have a little comfort right now, and then your whole life is gonna be uncomfort, or you want to be a little bit uncomfortable? Maybe max 5 years, 2-3 years maybe, and then you will be comfortable for your whole life. So that's kind of what I been kind of thinking, like, and it's like, damn, it really wakes up, like, internally for myself. And yeah, that's just what I did today. A kind of struggle I was going with is I was like struggling again, trying to find the correct niche. I was doing HVAC, not saying it's a bad niche, but it's sometimes very hard to get the owner, because a lot of time there's receptionists, there's gatekeepers. You try saying, hey, is the owner available, right? They'll be like, why do you want him? Why do you need to talk to him? Like, it's like it's more extra like work. So I was like, shit, I'm not gonna waste my time with this BS. So I was like, I gotta change the niche. So I found a good winning niche. What else I want to tell you guys? Another thing that I saw from Haroon Khan. He's on Instagram, YouTube. He has an AI agency. He's making like 30K plus a month, and he was saying one thing that kind of resonated with me. And what he was saying is that, so he was saying, if you having an agency, right, one of the most important things that you can do is focus more on outreach, and that's what and the sales and the market. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm focusing more on doing outreach, doing more cold calls, doing cold DMs. For example, another thing that I can start doing is walking into businesses, just talking and just being like, hey, do you know anybody who has a business? I have this service X, Y, and Z. Just was curious if it may be helping them out. Just focusing more on marketing, just marketing yourself, because he always says you could have the best AI, but if you can't sell it, then it's shit, which is very true. And it's like, just focus more, on the outreach and the market as an agency owner. And then again, you can always find somebody, to freelance the work for you, either from a third world country. That'll be the best, because you can just do it cheaper, and you can take maybe 80 or 70% of the revenue that you make from that sale, which is very, very crucial. So I was like, damn, that's actually kind of true. So like, because before I used to be stressing like, yo, how do I connect this with this? And it's like, yeah, it's good to learn, but it's like, come on, bro. It's not bad, but for me, if I'm being honest, I know like 90% of everything. There's just like 10% that I'm a little unsure of, and it's like, okay, You know, I can literally find someone from a third world country to do it for me, who will do it better and cheaper, and it will work way better than if I created it, if I'm being honest. So, you know, it is what it is. But I don't want to keep this video too long, but yeah, I just wanted to let you guys know a little bit of how it's been so far. Yeah, you know, just started working, you feel me? And you know, one quote that really resonated with me is that nobody's coming to save you, okay? And the more you actually analyze it and you actually, like, you know, you actually reflect and you're like, damn, that's very true. And if you really analyze that at a young age, then you will set yourself up for life, if I'm being honest. Because you're thinking, okay, shit, okay, I'm 15, okay, I'm 17, I'm 19, I'm 20. You know, the only person who's probably really caring about me is my parents, who are paying my bills. But aside from that, who's really helping? Nobody. You know, that shit really, like, it really, like, hits me, where it's like, okay, God forbid, but if something happened to my dad, for example, right, and if he died, who would pay the bills? Nobody. You know? So it's like, damn, like, nobody's actually coming to save me. So it's your life, guys. It's your choice. You only live once. So why not actually just lock in and actually live the life that you really want? You know? Again, follow your dreams. Just do whatever you like to do. Of course, not something crazy, I'm saying. But, you know, just try to find something that you really, really enjoy. And, you know, just stick with that. Having an AI agency, I enjoy this way more than doing schoolwork. So I'm going to stick with it. And very soon, I'm going to taste the labor of my hard work. And I can promise you guys, you know, if I have so much conviction and it's going to happen, then it will happen by the will of God. That's all I can say, guys. This is the end of the video. Hope you liked it, and hopefully it inspired at least one person to take action. And as always, I'll see you at the finish line.